So this meaning of the meaning and the economic analysis of international BOPs is closely connected with economy's overall economic development. As a result, the BOP situation reflects an economy's basic economic conditions. The analysis of international BOP provides learners with helpful content and data as well as comprehensive view on an economy. And an economy's BOP situation reflects the economic power and status in the world economy, scale of the overall international transactions, volume, and the amount of the flow. The greater exchange, the higher status in the world economy, because the larger BOP indicates that the economy has a larger capacity to absorb and export economic resources, which is conducive to making external economic factors for its own use. And economic operation and development will be relatively smooth. At the same time, it indicates that the economy indicates that the economy has a large capacity to absorb and output and can consume beneficial products in the world and realize its own products in the international markets. These two aspects enable the economy to integrate into the world economy, which can be promoted by more economic interests and competition and further improve its status in the world economy. If an economy with limited scale in transactions volume on the global market, it also plays a limited role in the world market. Once such an economy encounters difficulties in external economy, it has little room for adjustment and is easy to get into trouble. A good case in point is that the US and its neighbor Mexico. Despite a similar BOP deficit, they have very different economies, and the latter has repeatedly run into difficulties. The nature of the BOP. A large surplus is believed as a good economic situation, and the strong competitiveness in the world economy and its future economic development will be optimistic by other parts of the world. If the BOP of an economy is always in deficit, then the economy will be regarded as having problems in economic conditions, not strong competitiveness in the world economy, and its future development trend is not good. The international BOP is the total record of economic transactions between different economies, except it determines the direction of the currency and the exchange rate changes. Except for the absence of foreign exchange transactions, the international BOP will be reflected by the basic supply and demand of foreign exchange in an economy due to the screw degree of the transaction between economies. In the vast majority of cases, when economy's BOP performance is deficit, the economic transaction imports exceed exports. The demand for foreign exchange is greater than supply, which is in short supply. However, the supply and demand of local currency is exactly the same as those of economic transactions, which is in surplus supply. Therefore, there will be downward trend of the exchange rate of local currency in the international financial market. The pursuit of local currency lead to the shortage of local currency, while the supply of the foreign exchange exceeds the demand. As a result, the foreign exchange price of local currency will rise. In the analysis, we should pay special attention to the causes of the international BOP surplus. If the surplus basically comes from absorbing a lot of external capital, the result may be different. If the foreign capital is efficiently used, in the future the economy's currency, foreign exchange, and position in the world economy will be improved. Whereas in the foreign capital is less efficiently used, it could show that there is somewhat burden on the shoulder of the economy. When the current international BOP surplus is based on something unsteady, just the future deficits caused by serving or pay a profit for foreign investors' predecessor. Therefore, the economy's future currency moves and even in the position in the world economy outlook is unoptimistic. It is clearly observed during the East Asian financial crisis of 1997 to 1998. The BOP of an economy determines its financial capacity and credit standing. The stronger an economy's ability to repay, the stronger its ability to borrow. The more channels it has to borrow, and the higher its credit standing in international fund and capital market. From the BOP perspective, an economy's solvency often depends on its current account balance, the capital and financial account balance. If an economy has a large surplus in those two accounts, it can borrow more easily in financial fund and capital market. If the situation of the two accounts and of the economy is exactly the opposite of above, the solvency of the economy is weak. So it is difficult to borrow more money in the financial market. In extreme cases, the economy may run out of money. It is often more awkward situation in the international economy. The poor countries in need of money has few people willing to lend to them because their poor BOP situation, while the rich countries have never had trouble raising money in international markets. That was the case for many developing countries, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa in 1970s, for the US in 1990s as an international fund flow destination.